Hey guys, and welcome back to the Retail Rip Review. I hope everyone had a great holidays. Since we just had Black Friday, I thought it was appropriate to go down to Target and grab one of these Topps Basketball Target exclusive Black Friday blasters. And in addition to that, I also have a Topps living card we can check out. But I also want to talk about kind of the state of the hobby in general, or maybe it's just specific to basketball, but there's some things that need to be addressed. So if you've seen any of the videos in the past before and in the background, you probably have seen plenty of Topps living cards. I'm a big fan of them, and I was happy to see that this year they started doing Topps living cards for basketball. So that's what this is here. I went ahead and grabbed the first card on the basketball list, which is LeBron. I'm not sure I'm going to collect every single one. I mean, I definitely won't. Certainly, certain players for sure, but when it comes to Topps living cards, you know, I think it's definitely an easier route to go to kind of get them on resale on eBay, for example. To buy them off of Topps is pretty prohibitively expensive unless you get a bunch of them, and unless you're planning on reselling them, you're really going to get stuck with a lot of cards. So, you know, I went ahead and got this one at a slightly marked up price compared to a resale, just at the chance to getting a short print. But just check and see which ones you get before you open them, because not everyone has short prints, and if you don't really care about that sort of thing, it definitely makes way more sense just to go ahead and get on eBay. Let's go ahead and check out this card. Oops, get you off there. And there he is. Like I said, I'm a big fan of the aesthetic of the Topps living sets here. And this was the first one in the series, so I thought it was kind of appropriate to go ahead and grab it. And I don't think we got a parallel, but like I said, that's the only reason you would want to go ahead and order it from Topps. Otherwise, you could probably find the same card for, maybe $3 or $4 cheaper on eBay. I just wanted to go ahead and check it out and let you see what it looked like. We're going to move on to our blaster now. So what exactly is different about these blasters versus just typical 2025-26 basketball blasters? Well, these have exclusive inserts and parallels in them. They advertise one here on the front, the Blackout Parallel, which is almost kind of like the negative, refractor, or the negative parallel that you would see in Topps Chrome Baseball. It's like a really darkened, black and white background. They actually look really cool. And there are some other inserts in this that are exclusive to this set that do look really cool too. I'll have to flash the names up on the screen. I don't know them off the top of my head, but there's one I think is called Scan and Slam. There's another one too. It's like a limited vintage. I'm not sure the name, but it almost looks like a blister pack of an action figure that you would get in the store, like as a kid. I think those look really fun. But beyond the fact, that those have exclusive things in them, I think it's worth just kind of talking about the state of the hobby in general right now, kind of like I hinted in the intro. And I point to these specifically because, these were supposed to be a Black Friday exclusive, you need to get down here. These are going to sell out like crazy. And to that end, they were an increased price over normal blasters. And there was this really big concentrated push to kind of get these out there. But I got to be honest with you, I went later on in Black Friday just to see kind of what the state of the stores were. And I didn't really see a ton of people out shopping. And maybe that's just kind of exclusive to my area. And this isn't kind of an indictment of retail shopping in general, but when I looked at the card section, there was a huge display of these blasters, and it was basically untouched. So I could have gotten as many as I wanted. I don't think they were going to really, enforce anything as far as that's concerned. But even more so, I went back to Target today to check out the state of things to see if there was any new releases or anything like that. And these blasters were still all over the shelves. And, and I just feel like it's kind of indicative of where we're at here. There's a huge oversaturation with these products right now. They really pushed the basketball release hard as they could. And then now we're already having exclusive kind of subsets being released. And on top of that, Topps Basketball Chrome is already on pre-order. And to that end, I have to say something about Topps Basketball Chrome. The pricing on these has gotten to the point now where I finally feel justified in, acting like an old man and kind of complaining about it. Topps Chrome basketball blasters are coming in at $50. And the mega boxes are $85. Like, I'm sorry, I think that we've gotten to the point of no return. That's even worse than Topps Chrome baseball, and people are already really divided about that. But I just feel like we're starting to price out people when it comes to retail things. I feel like there should be some retail formats that are, accessible to everybody. And to that end, there are going to be hanger boxes, but even those are marked up. Those are going to be $20. And I just feel like at the end of the day, I don't know where we draw the line on this sort of thing, because it's $20 this year. Next year, it's going to be $30. How long before we have $100 mega boxes? How much are hobby boxes going to cost? We've already talked about the Don Russ and Topps hobby boxes this year being extremely overpriced. So I'm not too sure where we're at. I feel like we're kind of reaching a tipping point between a little bit of the haves and the have-nots. And, not to get too deep down that rabbit hole, but I don't know. I just kind of worry about the, where we're at. And I hope that maybe this is, with a little bit of withdrawal of sales, maybe Topps will kind of get the hint and pull back. But since they kind of have a monopoly on things now, I don't really see any reason why they would. But in any case, that was just a little mini rant about the state of things right now. But let's not let that detract from any cool cards that we might get. So let's go ahead and open these up and see what we find. Let's go ahead and open up our Target exclusive blaster. These were limited to purchases of 2, which, like I said, was kind of funny given the lack of demand for them. But I went ahead and got 2. Then we'll open the other one at a later date here. So let's see here. Does it say how many cards we get? Yeah, there's 132 total cards with 11 packs and 12 cards per pack. So you do get more cards than the typical blaster. So, this is the increased price point. And I'm not sure about the specifics of it, but they made this big, chase for Cooper flag push. So I don't know if there's like an increased instance of Cooper cards in this set. I wouldn't think so, but you never know. Let's see what we get. And beyond the exclusive blackouts and the other parallels, the rest of it is going to be base. So, we'll kind of go through the base cards, at a normal rate here until we get to the stuff that's a little bit more exclusive. Jonathan Kuminga. All right, here's the example of one of our first blackouts. This is Grady Dick of the Raptors. And this actually, I'm not sure if they all have that kind of checkerboard pattern in the background, but that does look really cool. And like I said, it has that kind of, black and white negative, for the player, but then there's some color around the border. So we'll go ahead and put that over there. We have Rasheer Fleming on the rookie. There's Asa Newell, rookie for the Hawks this year. Not getting a lot of play, but that's okay. That just means that the rest of the team is playing well. There's Kevin Garnett in our Legends card, and Steve Kerr. Next pack. All right, Russell Westbrook. All right, we got Heat Catch Fire, South Beach Pear Sizzle. It's going to be Tyler Hero, and I'm not 100%, but I think that's Andrew Wiggins. Julius Randle, Joel Embiid, Jordan Clarkson. There's no Essengay on our 1980 45th anniversary card. And this is going to be another one of our blackouts. It's going to be Darius Garland. So yeah, so this one doesn't have that checkerboard that the Grady Dick one was. So this one must be a parallel. I'll have to go ahead and double check on that. But that one looks nice as well. It's got like a nice little rainbow foil thing going on there in the background too. And we have Donovan Clingan on our, speaking of, just a regular rainbow foil. Jaren Jackson, Cam Thomas, and Dyson Daniels. I don't think we officially inducted Dyson into the boys club, but being a Hawk, he gets to go up on the stand. Next pack. Our youthful Jazz play hard card. Yeah, no comment. AJ Green, Sabonis. I wonder if he's going to get traded this year. Once again, disaster in Sacramento, but, sadly, they're probably used to it by now. All right, and here we have one of our Scan and Slam cards here with Tyrese Halliburton. I think these actually look pretty cool. Some people I've seen, not a big fan, maybe a little too busy for some people. It kind of reminds me of like a Metal Gear screen. Like, if you guys ever played Metal Gear or Metal Gear Solid back in the day. Yeah, I like that. Tyrese Halliburton, a good name to get on that. And then we also have our blackout here of the Celtics Pride, the Jays Shine, the team card on the blackout. Very nice. And then we also have an 8-bit Ballers. This is a holofoil parallel with Vince Carter in his Raptors jersey. If it was amazing, it would have been Vince Carter in his Hawks jersey. I think he ended his career there for a couple seasons, but good player to have. No Essengay, Hugo Gonzalez on the rookies. All right, so far so good. We've seen a lot of blackouts. They're very generous with those, and we've actually gotten a couple parallels on our inserts here, so that's nice. Miles Turner, Ryan Dunn. There's Chris Paul retiring after this year. It was official, so congrats to you, sir. Never could get over that playoff hump, but certainly one of the best point guards of all time. It's Alex Sarr on our rookie team stamp there. We the North, Raptors Shine. Okay. And we've got Shaq on our 45th anniversary card. I believe we've pulled that one before. It's Cam Jones, Tyrese Proctor. And there's Shaq again on the Legends card. That's pretty cool. In his Orlando Magic jersey. I like that one. And Danny Wolf. Next pack. Especially if you got like a vet like Shaq who's been on several teams, you should mix in some of the different ones there. Throw some fun ones on there. Throw Shaq in a Cleveland jersey. Or Shaq in I think he was on the Celtics at the very end. That would be hilarious. All right, there we go. Hawks fly high. ATL Ballers show out. our boys, Trey Young and Zachary Risacher. That's awesome. If that was a parallel, I would have lost my mind. Nah, let's go ahead and put you over here, friend. Front and center here. Haven't seen that one yet, so that's exciting. There's Obi Toppin. Got Derek Lively on our Blackout. I'll put you over here. Got Nikola Jovic on our holofoil. And Troy Ore and our boy Jan Hansen over here on our rookie. Oh man, we're out of stands. We'll go ahead and put you to the side here. Jeremiah Fears, good rookie to get. And Ty Jerome. Wait, you don't go there. Next pack. So yeah, a lot of cards. To be honest with you, I wasn't really paying attention to the fact that you got that many more cards. So, you know, I feel like they're trying to justify that increased price point. Certainly, the packs feel way heavier when you pick them up compared to the regular boxes. All right, here's that card that I was talking about. Yeah, limited stock legends. I think these look pretty fun. You know, it's not a die cut or anything. Actually, I kind of prefer the fact that it's not. But you know, it's got the player in the little blister pack there. So here we have Walter Clayton Jr. rookie card for the Jazz. That's pretty cool. Happy to get a rookie on that. Let's go and put you over here. In our Blackout, we have Nick Smith Jr. We have an 8-bit Ballers of Carter Bryant, rookie. We have our Denver Nuggets team card here. 5280. Championship duo leads Nuggets. Clint Capella when he was on the Hawks, now on the Raptors. Or no, on the Rockets, sorry. And our boy, Risacher behind on the all-rookie stamp. Oh boy. Do I need to get another stand down? I think I do. There you go. You know, still waiting for our boy Risacher to kind of, I don't know. He's playing good, but I think it's time for him to take another step forward, if you know what I mean. There's Baylor Shireman. There's MVP Shea. Light the Beam. Oh, sorry, guys. Karl Anthony Towns, RJ, James Harden. Our Blackout. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Blackout. This is going to be our 45th. This is going to be Jalen Wilson. Bam Adebayo, Trey Johnson, and Carter Bryant. Okay, so no Blackout in there. For a while there, it seemed like I was getting one per pack, but not in that one. There's Jason Tatum. There's a lot of buzz about him coming back this year from his Achilles. I mean, I guess I can't be too surprised. The recovery times have just been, you know, they get shorter and shorter. Dub Nation, Dubs show their strength. Jalen Brunson, DeAndre Ayton, Drew Holiday. Here's Spud Webb on the Blackout. Very cool. One of our Hawks legends. I like that. You know, I do like the fact that, you know, you can get the, Donovan, you're coming down. You can get the Legends card on the Parallels too. That really increases, you know, oh man. I had to stop talking because look what I found. A Generation Now with our boy, Jan Hansen on here. Very cool. Once again, you know, only the best things for Jan here. I'm hoping for. G.G. Jackson to end it out. 3 packs left. You know, here I was talking all that trash at the beginning, but these have been pretty fun to open so far. There's Scotty Barnes. Raptors are playing great this year. Lou Dort. We got the Blast-Off. Defensive duo leads. Jalen Duren also having a great year. And Keegan Murray, speaking of the poor Kings, here on our Blackout. We have Josh Hart on our Rainbow Foil. Rick Barry, there's Spud Webb again. Will Riley and John Behringer on our rookies. 2 packs left. Malik Beasley, Dalton Connect. There's Giannis. Austin Reeves, great start to the year for him. He's been scoring. He's been a scoring machine so far. There's Dame Lillard, man. Really a shame. I just feel like things didn't go the way that he planned them, or didn't go the way that he expected them to. I understand. Here we have Drake Powell on our Scan and Slam card. And our boy, Risacher on the 45th anniversary, 1980s card. Very cool. Very Hawks boy heavy pack here. VJ Edgecombe on our rookie card. Shaden Sharp. Hornets duo have powerful sting. Duo shows hive mentality. Wow, a lot of you know, hornet and insect related words there in Kalel Ware. And this is going to be our last pack. So yeah, overall, you know, we didn't pull anything too crazy. We did get a few parallels of things, and obviously a lot of the blackouts here, but still waiting to get our first NBA autograph or a relic or anything like that. There's our boy Okongwu. You know, I just say our boy, but, you know, we have to differentiate between who's actually our boy and just kind of, you know, oh, wow, look at that. Here he is again. So, you know, maybe at this point he's really making a push. But here's Okongwu on the blackout. You know, once again, I just feel like the collation, you tend to see a lot of the same things. And here's Vince on the 8-bit Ballers and his Raptors again. So, you know, Cedric Coward on the rookie, Jace Richardson, and Kobe Brea. That's going to do it for our Target Blaster. You know, we got a ton of cards, and, you know, even though we got a lot of base cards, there are a lot of inserts and parallels in here, too. So if you're looking to collect blackouts, I think they're a good thing to pick up, because you get so many of them, you're bound to get at least one good name that you like. But just wanted to give you guys an idea of what to expect if you opened up one of these Target exclusive blasters. I would say, you know, grab them while you can, but something tells me they might be on the shelves for a little bit longer. So maybe wait till they get marked down. But I do think that the blackouts look cool. But thanks so much for tuning in. I hope everybody had a great holidays, and I hope everyone has a great month of December moving forward. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Retail Rip Review.